Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over in the test server and the patch is finally dropped, meaning we had access to the brand new hero, the Hippo Mage that we just seen. But in addition to that, it is bringing new collection to AFK Arena. We thought they would release kind of one at a time, but as it sits right now, there are two new collections that drop. So I want to run through those and show you. So as we know it, we had Isolde's collection, we had Inoki's, and we did have Thane's collection. And today with the patch that came, they did dropped this one, which is the Mage Collection. Now, this I believe is Zafriel's collection. And again, you don't have to hold the hero or have the hero any longer, which is good. But this is the Storm Rast Lullaby. So when the holder deals damage to an enemy, they become electrified, reducing their damage resistance by 15 points for 4 seconds. So right off the bat, damage resistance is going down. This is going to allow you to do more damage. This is going to be a priority artifact or a priority collection to have within AFK Arena. The effect cannot be stacked. For every 3 strikes of damage the holder deals to an electrified enemy, a lightning bolt will be triggered, dealing AoE damage equal to 250% of the holder's attack rating, can be triggered up to 1 time every 6 seconds. So thinking of the AoE lightning bolt, if you have the heroes together, not only are you going to be doing the damage reduction right here, or the damage resistance going down, but also AoEing everyone else who is in that little formation. Now, skill level 1, for every 1 electrified enemy present on the battlefield, the holder's damage dealt increased by 7% for a maximum of 21%. So again, when you think of having a collection that is going to amplify the damage you're dealing to an enemy, it is going to be a requirement to build this out. Now, I hopped over to Floofs because I didn't know, and it doesn't reveal the skill level 2, but looking at this, and I want to kind of slide this over for you guys, is looking at this, again, big shout out to the Floofs. When the holder attacks an electrified enemy that is suffering from a control effect, attack power is further increased by 60% of the initial attack rating, which again is massive. Think about that. So if they're under a control effect, and I'm thinking of like the awakened version of Iran with some crowd control, or even looking at the new Hypo with the crowd control, attack power is further increased by 60% of the initial attack rating. That is pretty broken when it comes to a collection and the damage that you can put out with this single collection. Again, it seems like looking at the build, thinking of the level 1 and the level 2, this one is going to require a level 2. And again, I know it's super early. Not confirmed, not seen really through utility, but it seems like this collection is going to absolutely require that level 2 collection. So that means using and going in here, I'm using the Miracle Worker, and of course using those level up totems within there, or the Legendary Bazaar totems to use and get and unlock that level 2 ability we have there. Now, the second one that we picked up is Reigns. You can see it is kind of like a target right here. But this is the sport one, so this is the last collection we're going to get within the South Zone. Now, that doesn't mean in the future we're not going to get, the East Zone, the West Zone, but this is going to be the second one that we get, or the last one that we get in the South Zone. So after the holder enters the battlefield, places a bounty on the nearest enemy for 15 seconds, causing them to take 10% more damage, up to 40% more damage. All right, so think about it for a minute. So we have a collection which it really keeps you from dying, which we know is Tassie's collection. We have a collection that is support that is based on Rowan's collection, which is the healing and also the potions. Now it's based on Rain's collection to allow the damage amplification factor to go much higher. So again, this is going to be one that seems like it's going to be very important when you look at the Cursed Realm, when you think of the Nightmare Corridor, really being able to amplify the damage that we're putting on targets, being able to kill them a lot faster, or being able to do a lot higher top end damage. Again, it seems like it's going to be a requirement in here. When an allied hero does damage to a bountied enemy, they gain 20 points of crit, 15 points of crit damage amplification. They also receive health equal to 120% of the holder's attack rating. Healing can be triggered 1 time every 3 seconds. So you're amplifying the crit, damage amplification, and you're healing all in one collection. Again, pretty broken when it comes to the overall ability of there. And then we can kind of switch this one over to looking at the skill level 3, the damage taken by bountied enemies is increased to 20%. So again, you're going to be doing a lot more damage versus these enemies, where the first one up here, the bounty went up to 10% more damage. The skill level 2 in here is 20% more damage. I don't know if it does give it a higher top end, but literally you're doubling the bounty on a target, or doubling the damage that you're doing on that bounty target, which is kind of crazy to think how much damage you could put out very, very fast with some of the collections we have. And I also think in conjunction, where if you're running a hero, that is super important, like with Thane's collection right here, and then you're putting this up on a target to again increase the crit and the crit damage amplification. The scaling of this is going to go very, very high, very fast if you have this on an enemy. And I'm almost also wondering, because it goes on the nearest enemy target, while thinking of again some of the game modes where we only have one target, which is a boss, being able to increase the damage on the boss, then throw in the crit, then throw in the crit damage amplification. It's going to be, again, a requirement for some of those game modes that absolutely do run a collection like this, or that really the speed kills of the Nightmare Corridor. It's going to make a big difference. Now, another thing that I want to know, guys, is when it comes to this, as much as I dislike running this, and I know for a lot of players it's kind of a pain, it is an absolute essential. It is an absolute requirement in AFK Arena to go through here and run the collections. And if you're building out any of those level 2 skill collections, there is only one way to do it in the entirety. Let me go ahead and use some of these, see if maybe we can get lucky with one of our custom skill scrolls. So this is Miracle Worker. So Miracle Worker, in conjunction with your skill tome, or the legendary bizarre totem, the level up totem, this is the only way that you unlock the additional slot for the plus level. Now, one thing to note is this does not guarantee that you will get another additional skill level out of here. This just means it will unlock that very top slot. And then, of course, you have to get +2 skill levels. This guarantees one of them. The only other way to guarantee it is this card right here. This custom skill scroll is the only way to guarantee, when you do a collection run, that you will 100% guaranteed get a skill level 2 on a collection. And honestly, if you're going for some of these higher level collections, I wait until I'm at the point of actually having more access, or having one of these cards in my pocket. We did it when we built the Thane collection, because we knew for a fact that we needed to get to the point of getting that skill level 2 collection. So when we ran both of these in conjunction, Miracle Worker, again, to open up that top slot, that is the only way you can get the +2 skill collection. This will guarantee you 1+ skill up, and then you need either RNG to pick up another one, or you need this card to guarantee the other skill collection, so you can get these +2 collections. Now, of course, outside of there, they said there's going to be a couple of little events that are coming up. They're not up right now, but I think it's going to give us access probably to a couple more arcane staffs, possibly to some more of that recasting elixir, so we can actually build them out a little bit further. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.